Good evening, y'all. Welcome to Morning Meditations. We are once again in the evening, day 73 on the calendar, starting to see something out in the world. As you guys well know, I try to stay away from popular pop psychology, popular subjects, because then it dates the information and people can't come back and still utilize it for future references. Nevertheless, what I'm starting to see possibly will be addressed in the next day or two, but I do want to talk about fear really quickly because I'm beginning to see fear creep in the hearts of men and women. Once again, I'm starting to see fear creep in to the hearts of men and women. And it's getting to the point now where it's starting to even creep into those of individuals who claim to follow the Most High God. Now, that doesn't mean you set aside wisdom and you set aside knowledge and you set aside understanding. What it means is you be very mindful of how you move and how you operate in this world, in this society that we call the United States of America. Day 73 once again, and we're looking at fear. And I just want to throw this Bible verse at you. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Once again, 27th Psalm, verse 1 says, The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? This is key now. When evil men advance against me to devour my flesh, when my enemies and my foes attack me, they will stumble and fall. When we look at fear, we have to understand that a lot of what we see, a lot of what we take in from society, whether it be here or abroad, a lot of what we take in has been contrived. It has been purposely put up in front of us so that we behave and we respond a certain way. I want to encourage you that fear is not something that we should readily give into. One of the things that I might even do a video tomorrow on hysteria and potentially address this season of sickness. I say that because every year around spring and around fall, if you're a person who has allergies, which I do, if you're a person who has the sniffles, which I do, if you're an individual that is relatively healthy throughout the year, and quite frankly, you don't get sick at all, why are you starting to cave into the seasonal sickness syndrome? And that could be whatever. And I may do a video next couple of days on the last 20 years of seasonal sickness. And the reason why I pulled up the 27th Psalm, because, it says, when evil men advance against me to devour my flesh. We have to understand that there was a certain time and season 100 years ago, 150 years ago, that naturally allergies, bee pollen, that's one thing. But now we're living in a society where men are creating seasonal sicknesses that are literally taking out thousands of people by design. And they're releasing these things in certain areas and certain populations around the world. So, day 73, I want to give you really quickly, don't walk in fear. Okay? Do not walk in fear. Do not bend into the fear of the seasonal sickness. Okay? It says, whom shall I be afraid? Whom shall I fear? The Lord is my stronghold. The Lord is the one who keeps us healthy. You know what? I have, anybody who knows me knows that I have a runny nose every now and then. Everybody who knows me knows that I shouldn't eat certain foods because certain foods do what? Lower your immune system. So these are all things that, quite frankly, we could do a separate video on, but I just want to give you in this morning meditation, fear. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? If God is your source of light, otherwise source of illumination, if God is your source of salvation, meaning the one who steps in and saves you from you and society, what are you afraid of? The Lord is the stronghold of my life, meaning that there's nothing else that my life hangs on besides the Most High God. Whom shall I be afraid? When evil men cook up seasonal sicknesses and seasonal things, whether it be playing with money, playing with the interest rates, playing with seasonal sickness, playing with viruses. You can't be walking in fear. Okay? You cannot walk in fear. Okay? You cannot walk in fear. Once again, day 73 on the calendar. Fear. Do not walk in fear. God bless you. God keep you. We'll catch you on tomorrow's morning meditation. Peace.